Hi, my name is Julie, and I'm going to do these videos talking about a few things. But before I do, I want to get off my chest the reason why I had behind this for a second, meaning hiding. Can't see me. Um, I am going to take this down, but before I do, I want to recognize why it's here right now, the camera blocking my mouth. I just had surgery done. If you can't hear it now, you'll recognize that I'm slurring my speech, and I'm not drunk or high or whatever else people like to quote me as being. People love to do that to you, or at least they love to do it to me. Um, I just want to put it out there that this is caused because I did decide to have all my teeth removed, just like Angelina Jolie. It was a big deal for her to have her body parts, female body parts removed because she was worried about cancer. Well, not so much cancer, but infections and going to the bloodstream and things that I couldn't understand it. And I have to admit, just because you don't understand it doesn't mean you'd go ripping out body parts, but my parts obviously were not good enough anymore, and they weren't doing any job for me. They weren't even chewing food for crying out loud without losing half my teeth munching into a piece of toast, something even soft, hell, even pudding. So by me doing this is going to be a little embarrassing, but I'm willing to take the chance, and hopefully if you're mature enough in your life, you'll be able to handle it and not put past judgment. So here I go. Okay, now I did this. You noticed the mouth. Yeah, so I'm not going to get into heavy details, but it wasn't caused from anything really destructive about my lifestyle per se. It's just money that I could have maybe invested more on my teeth. I probably invested more on a um, habit of collecting things. So if you saw the way I did it, and I could explain it more, but it's not worth it because it has to do with how you spend your money. So invest in yourself. Don't invest in stuff until you invest in yourself more. I don't even want to talk about that all the things that I had, and I had some really awesome stuff. If I had sold them and stuff, I would have been able to make money from this, but because of what happened to me, I don't even have my stuff that I collected for 45 years, and I had some awesome stuff, a lot of awesome junk now I call it, but collections of Barbie dolls, collection of matchboxes, collection of all kinds of stuff. I could have invested in myself, but I decided, no, I thought back in those days, your teeth last forever, and my stuff will last forever. Well, neither one of them did. My teeth are gone, and so isn't all that stuff. So ironically, I'm sitting here now with no teeth and no stuff. Unfortunately, I had it stored in a storage thing, and after 2.5 years of chasing it around the city and stuff, making sure that I paid on it and didn't get rid of stuff, and family photos and albums, it's heartbreaking. Just think if you lost everything right now in a big, huge fire. This kind of was in my control, but not kind of, because in order for me to have the money to pay on storage, that meant I had to go without something, and I couldn't go without housing, so obviously I didn't have money to put back into putting my stuff in storage, and I lost my 3 storage sheds with bikes and things that were like brand new, literally brand new. And now I have a whole new meaning of appreciating what you have. That's why probably now I wear a lot more jewelry and stuff, because hell, if I have it, I might as well wear it without looking too tacky. Anywho, yeah, so I wanted to go on with this is because I didn't invest in myself, basically. It has nothing to do with being a junkie. And if you are a junkie and you decided you think you want to get yourself better, great. Get the teeth out. You'll feel much better. At least it is working to that part, because I am not having problems with pain, only pain in your head when people go to look at you and like, oh, geez, man, what the hell happened to her? Oh, she must do drugs, or, But anywho, yeah, so I want to talk about 3 things in this video. It's going to be Suboxone, and it's going to be Child Protective Services, and it's going to be about your civil rights. And those things don't seem to be connected. These 3 things don't seem to be connected at all. And any sort of videos I've watched for, and I'm going to try to tell my case, tell my story, but I had a lot of it written out. For some reason, I can't not find that book. Amazingly, just because it was so important for me to get this out. The one day I go to grab it, and I'm like, "What the hell is this book?" I had the book right in front of me. So if you see me reaching off to the side, it's just because I have to grab something real quick to remind me. I know as I do get older, I remember stuff, but it does take some time to fish around. And my sister once said that to me, and I thought, how can she not remember stuff like I do? Because I'm known for my memory. Trust me. People make fun. If you knew me, they make fun of me. Oh, Julie, she times and dates and puts the seconds on when she does something. Da da da. So anywho, so yeah, what I want to talk about right now is my case on Children's Protective Services, CPS, aka otherwise known as DHS, Children's Protective Services. These people are relentless and ruthless, and you got to remember, as I quoted on my Facebook, for very few that would even know me, um, my biggest quote in life is other people's miseries is other people's profits. Again, other people's miseries, like misery, like in the movie, is other people's profits, the dollar sign. And it's true. Let's face it. We all probably have made money off of someone else being miserable. We wouldn't want to admit it. Hell, I wouldn't want to admit it. But hell, I know when I have had people be sick or something and they're asking for my help and they throw a few extra dollars my way to help them for whatever reasons, go to the store, to go get them groceries, whatever. It's landed me a few dollars, but it's weird because back in the day I never thought of it as the biggest bonus. I just wanted to help because I had such a genuine, and I don't know if I even have that in me. It's still in me like I used to because I wanted to help. So cleaning someone's home, and I'm known for cleaning too, OCD. So hopefully I can get this video out there that will explain some of my characteristics about myself. So yeah, I don't find myself really finding people really listening reasonably when you say you want to do something for them and you do it. And let's face it now, the dollar sign now is usually the reason why people do stuff for you. And it kind of lost its meaning. It's real too in a emotional meaning that when you want to help someone, are you in it for the money or are you in it because you really want to see that person get well and get better and stuff? So yeah, like I said, I don't even know where I was really going with that, but anywho, going back to Children's Protective Services, I want to make sure that I don't have people get me totally wrong. Like I right now live like I'm a fugitive, and that really sucks because I thought we lived in America. I really did. I really thought we lived in a place where people did not feel like they're not being heard. As I understand it now, I am not being heard. If I was being heard and heard correctly and judged correctly, this wouldn't be happening to my family or myself right now. So I'm trying to say this in all fairness. People do not want to hear you correctly. Because if they did, I wouldn't have so much bullshit written about me right now. And it's bullshit. And if you don't like swearing, I'm sorry. I am going to swear a little on my video. I'm not the biggest vulgar person, TG, thank God. But I'm also not very religious either. I didn't grow up with that. And all religious, I have a theory to my own self, what I believe. But everybody has their own types of beliefs and how people get killed over religion. Hell, that's how all wars start with religion, fighting for their rights, fighting their causes, fighting what they think their God said versus what your God told them to do, whatever. So I don't want to get heavy duty in that, so I don't want to offend people, but I'm also going to be honest to my own character, so I don't want to lose myself because I'm trying to impress other people. That wouldn't be me either. Um, so I want to make sure I get that cleared. If you do get offended, I do apologize, but if you're really looking into these videos, try to keep an open mind of what I'm trying to say. If I can, I will text people back if they do want to post something below this video, if after I get it out there. Again, I'm also going to talk about drugs, medications, Suboxone. Medication is more the legal type of things. Suboxone is a medication, if you don't know already, for opiate addictions. It's been around the market for over 20 something years now, but I got familiar with it about 9 years ago. Oh, 9 years ago to this day. I had just got on it and then had to get off of it because my guy couldn't afford the $500 a month for the doctor and the meds. So unfortunately, it was working for me, but then I got off of it and I was like, oh fuck. And then next thing I know, it took me another 2.5 years to get back on it, and then I've stuck with it ever since. So that was good, and it's worked for me. I'm dosed down on my medication since when I started. I don't take it nearly as much as I used to, and that's a good thing. Knock on wood, it will stay like that. I'm not sure how far I'm going to get as far as tapering all the way down to nothing. The reason why I got on Suboxone was because back in 2001, I was coughing and at the same time had an upset stomach because I was taking, cough medicine, and between panic attacks that I suffered from 1987, from almost 30 years ago, be 30 years ago, right before Christmas, so not quite 30 years ago, I started getting panic attacks and stomach issues, and they kept on bugging and intruding my lifestyle, and I had tests and the things done, and I was always thought, oh, well, they never find nothing in the test, so that's a good thing. Unfortunately, it never made my stomach problems go away. They tested me to lactose intolerance and, celiac and all the different diseases out there, and never could really find anything. But yet, my stomach wouldn't behave. But I kind of knew there was something that wasn't right, and there was a couple of things that needed to be addressed that hadn't been addressed at the time. And sadly, they were really emotional de-stresses, stresses in my life that I had to somehow learn to de-stress them out. So it took counseling, finding a regular doctor. And back 25 years ago, this all seemed to link up. 24 years ago, I should say. It was all linking up. I was actually starting to build something for me. I found a doctor. She put me on medications, nothing, anything back at that time when I first met her, anything that would be considered a controlled substance. That doctor didn't actually put me on controlled substance until after almost 7 years of having her as my doctor. She finally put me on something to help me with anxiety, but even then I never really took it that much because it wasn't my style. And then in 2001, because I was late in this game of opiates, I decided that I had this bad cough. I went over to see my doctor and I was coughing. It was the summertime and I couldn't cough. And bear with me here, I don't smoke, I don't do pot or anything really like that. So especially back in those days, I really was new with all this. I'm in my mid-30s and I'm coughing and coughing, and next thing you know, I'm like 33, 34, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? So she gives me medication, and I had this a year before, but didn't really recognize what it did. And all of a sudden, she goes, let me give you the stuff that I gave you a year ago when you had this cough. And she says, it's a strong med, so watch out for it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And up until that point in my life, things were going good, but the stomach problems were really still, making me feel like, it's called IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and I thought, okay, this is really sucking. I want to be a mom, and at that time I had 3 kids and lived in a nice apartment, kept it clean, had nice hobbies. My guy worked full time. I was making it, and back then I want to slap that girl, which is me, saying, you read it good, but why'd you fuck it up? But anywho, this is my story, and this is what I'm going to share with you. So I decided to get on this medication just temporarily. I thought she put me on a medication that had hydrocodone in it, not codeine, hydrocodone in it, and it had a strong effect on me. I didn't go, whoa, really, I see purple and blue hazes. No, nothing like that. Nothing that upsetted my anxiety worth, and that was the matter. It was actually the opposite. It was calming. I felt cool. I felt like, oh, wow, when I take this stuff, man, you know what? wow, is this, oh, this is what they mean by being high. Doo-doo. Wow. Wow, I like this feeling. And oh my God, when I take this, my belly, oh my God, it doesn't hurt as much. I'm like, whoa. And it was amazing, pretty much. And the medication, if you don't know, what's called, had hydrocodone and it was a cough medication called Tessinex. And I thought, wow, this stuff is like amazing. And I was like to my doctor, wow, can I get this regularly? Because all the crap that you were giving me, this stuff doesn't do near as much as what these other ones were supposedly supposed to do. They don't make it go away like that. And I finally got a hold of my doctor when I went to go have it renewed. She wasn't around actually. It was another doctor, and this is the first time I ever was pulled. And this is 15 years ago. Pulled aside and said, "You can't keep asking for this medication. Just you acting that way already makes you look like you're addicted to it." And I'm like, "I'm not addicted to it. I just said, can I have it because it helps my stomach problems?" And they're like, I was so mad at the doctor. She wasn't the doctor at the time. She was, my doctor had been on vacation or something, and she was filling in for her, and she was on vacation. So I was like, she was like, "Oh, that has, hydrocodone, which is an opiate, and that's what opiates do. They make you feel that way. That's where you're getting that sensation from." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but okay, if it isn't that part, you don't like me being happy. Okay, I'm not understanding this quite. Give this young mother 3 years to understand it." She's like, "You can't live on that forever." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but it helps my stomach too. When I take this, it's like the best, like I called it the extra strength Pepto Bismol. In my way of looking at it, it was like, this is better than Imodium. It's better than all the other crap I've been taking for years." And she's like, "You just can't." And she cut me off. And then my doctor came back. She's like, "Does it really work for you?" And because she had known me for at least 7 or 8 years, she trusted me. She goes, "Well, do you think you could just take a couple of pills a day and that would be